What's up guys, Trao here, and today we continue with the challenge bosses, and this time we'll go with Talwer. And once again, I do have two teams for you, and one that's 100% free to play, and the other one that's like 80%. There is one legendary hero, and the rest is epics or very legendary heroes. And that team can do a lot of damage, so let's go right into it.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
Alright guys, welcome to the Continental Challenge. First I will go over Talwer's arena mechanics, then I will show you his skills, and after that I will show you my teams. So first, each time an ally deals derivative damage, they gain one undispellable stack of 1% attack up, lasting indefinitely up to 80 stacks. Amazing. So you want someone who does derivative damage and a lot of derivative damage, so we can stack this as soon as possible. Second, each time an enemy takes derivative damage, their next derivative damage taken is increased by 30%. This effect can trigger up to 5 times and resets if no derivative damage is taken within 2 seconds. This is very important because you want to do derivative damage from like someone like a poisoners or something like that. So very important to read this, you want derivative damage. And third, each hero may only be deployed once per round. So that's the arena mechanics. Now the Talwer skills. So on his passive, each negative effect on enemies on the field grants 2% damage reduction to the hero. The effect stacks up to 10 times. So you want someone who does a debuff dispelling or like debuff immunity, something like that, to reduce his damage reduction. Then for the battle skill, he plants a mushroom near enemies. The mushroom has 100% chance of inflicting taunt for 5 seconds to enemies globally. When the mushroom dies, deals poison damage to enemies within range with 100% chance of inflicting stun for 3 seconds and 100% chance of inflicting healing prohibition for 10 seconds. So you want someone with crowd control immunity. You really want the crowd control immunity for this because you don't want to be taunted, you don't want to be stunned, and there is a lot of epic heroes that can do this job for you. You will see. And now for his ultimate, release a spore cloud lasting 4 seconds that deals poison damage to enemies globally every 0.8 seconds with 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 and enlightenment penalty for 10 seconds. Each instance of damage transfers one negative effect from one enemy to another random enemy. This is very disgusting because it's global, so you cannot kind of avoid it, and it inflicts with attack penalty and enlightenment penalty, which both reduce your damage. Very nasty ultimate. So this is Talwer's skills and arena mechanics. Now let's go to my teams. I will start with the battle team first. Okay, so here is my 80% free-to-play team. As you see, I am using Irma, I'm using Thorin, I am using Gladros, and then Deverick, and the last is Premsta. Premsta is the only legendary hero that's not free. Everybody else is either epic, and Thorin, who was a free legendary hero in season 1. So you only need Premsta, which I think is kind of decent for the damage that she can do in this dungeon or in this boss. She is insanely good. So let me show you how I have them built. So Irma, I have her built with 68k HP, 3.4k defense, 239 accuracy, and 120 in resistance and 25 skill haste. I'm using the Thunder Tenacity on her for the HP accuracy, but mainly for the Weaver gains 1% ultimate energy each time taking damage. This way it will boost her ultimate recharging speed, right? So you want her to cast quite often, you will see, in her skill timings. For that I'm also using the Rift Hourglass, to get the 100%, to get the 100 extra skill haste. This is very important. Maybe you can do it without it because of the Thunder Tenacity, but this is like safety, the Rift Hourglass. But I'm pretty sure you can do it without the Rift Hourglass. Now let's go with Thorin. So my Thorin has 94k HP, 2.6k defense, 86 enlightenment only. I'm focusing on resistance. So he has 346 resistance. Very important because he has a talent where he shares 20% of his resistance at the start of battle to all adjacent allies, right? That's why everybody is placed around him in his star shape. So this is very good because 20% from his 346 is rounded up to 35. That's almost 70 resistance he grants to other allies, right? So pretty good. If you can build him with like 400 resistance, even better. I'll sacrifice a little bit of enlightenment. This is fine. I'm still surviving till the end. You will see. And I'm using the Brotherhood Spirit on him for the defense, and when the Weaver casts an ultimate skill, all allies elemental damage increase by 15% for 10 seconds. And then I'm using the Devout Prayer. When the Weaver grants a shield, the target deals 12% more damage for 10 seconds. And this is pretty good because on his talents, I'm pretty sure... no, oh my bad, I changed it. you don't need to use these mythical gear because on the same tier talent, there's the enhanced protection. But for this dungeon, you don't want the enhanced protection. You want the stand united. But it's up to you which kind of gear you use the last piece. I'm using this, but it's up to you because this one has HP, stuff like that. Which is good because he grants 20% of his HP and defense to the ally in front of him. And for the artifact, I'm using the Solar King Horn because it boosts my HP defense, and when the Weaver heals an ally, increase the ally's damage by 5% for 10 seconds up to 3 stacks. And he does a lot of healing on his ultimate. It's not just a single instance of healing, he does heal over time. You know, as you see here. Then the Cleric then casts a spell over time that heals all allies by 3% target max HP plus 6000 enlightenment or 600 enlightenment every 0.8 seconds for 4 seconds. So he does a lot of healing over time, which means he will boost a lot your damage quite a bit with the Solar King Horn. So that's my Thorin. Now let's go over to Galdros. My Galdros has 51k HP, 2.2k defense, 4.2k attack. He won a lot of attack because on his ultimate he casts a shield, right? And it's based on attack. So he grants 300% attack plus 4% max HP shield to each ally within range for 10 seconds. Any ally under this shield gains debuff immunity during the shield duration. Very, very good. And I have him built with the Puppeteer Inspiration for the accuracy resistance, and when the Weaver casts an ultimate skill, allies of the same element gain 10% ultimate energy. And any target can only gain this effect once every 15 seconds. And for him, I'm using the Devout Prayer. When the Weaver grants a shield, the target deals 12% more damage. So he's my, boosting, the shielder booster, right? So he boosts my damage and he gives me shielding, which gives me debuff immunity as well. And for the artifact, I'm using the Aurelian Vest to even boost my shield. So shield granted by the Weaver to an ally also reduce the damage done to the ally by 17.5%. So I'm focusing everything on his shielding. Now let's go over to Deverick, I don't know. He has 64k HP, 1.6k defense, 2.9k attack, and now 387 accuracy. And I'm using the Witch Remains on him to inflict the defense penalty. Because on his ultimate, he has 3 hits, right? He selects up to 3 enemies to launch 3 attacks, each dealing 250% attack and necrotic damage with 50% scroll to 60% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2. So this way he will inflict attack penalty 2 and a defense penalty, which is amazing. And then on his battle skill, he also inflicts accuracy penalty 2, which is amazing because this way you reduce the amount of resistance that you need to resist those stuns, and the attack penalty and the enlightenment penalty that the Talwer does, right? So very, very good debuff for this boss, the attack penalty, accuracy penalty. That's why I'm using Deverick, and he's really good for the Witch Remains, right? The 3 hits on his ultimate. And for the gear, I'm using the Emissary Whisper. Gives me accuracy, skill haste, and when the Weaver successfully inflicts a debuff, all allies deal 10% more damage. Very good because he will be inflicting a lot of debuffs. And for the mythical gear, the one piece, I'm using the Magic Crystal Refinement. The Weaver gains additional attack equal to 300% of current accuracy. And he has a lot of accuracy, so it will boost his damage quite a bit. And now for the MVP of this team, Premsta, amazing damage dealer. She has 42k HP, 1.7k defense, almost 1.8, 5.6k attack, 304 enlightenment, and also 179 resistance. So I was focusing a little bit of resistance on her, to avoid those attack penalty and enlightenment penalty debuffs from Talwer. I'm using all the mythical gears. So I'm using Bloodshake Mark, I'm using Strike the Unprepared, Death Record, and the Fearless Challenger. So that's my Premsta, that's the team. Let me show you the skill timings. Also, there's gonna be the team codes down below in the description of this video. So if you want to, just copy the team code and place it, it will be down below in the description. Now, let's go to the skill timings. I'm using my Imra at 9 seconds and 18 seconds recast. And even though she only has 19 seconds and 11.6, because of the hourglass and a lot of skill heights that I have on her, she's able to do it at 9 and 18 seconds. And it's very important because you want this at 9 seconds or even before 9 seconds, because Talwer will place the shrooms and these shrooms will taunt you, right? So if you do it at 9 seconds, you will avoid this taunt because of the control immunity and damage reduction as well. But she only does it in this star shape around her, which is very important, to place your heroes correctly. So that's Imra. Now Galdros, he's at 11.5 seconds and 18 seconds recast. Once again, he will be able to do it because of the property inspiration, so he's fine. And then my Deverick, he's at 12 seconds and 18 seconds recast. So those are the skill timings for this team. And now let me show you the run. Also, I'm using the 40 resistance from Thorin, right? The Aura. Very, very good for this dungeon. And now finally, let's go to the run. I will show you the beginning and then I will skip to the last minute of the run, right? As you see, Premsta already doing 400k damage per second. And that's not it. She'll be doing even more. You will see. 450k damage per second almost now. Very good. And she's already at 80 stacks. She did so much enlightenment damage that she's already at the 80 stacks of enlightenment damage, right? So she's amazing for this dungeon. And it's a solo DPS. And already 500k damage per second. Amazing, amazing hero. As you see, I'm resisting the taunts and the stuns, right, from the shrooms because of the Imra. And I have the damage reduction as well from her. Because everybody stay, you know, in this star shape, right? So she has the tile where 2 tiles behind her and then 1 tile around her, right? And then 2 tiles to the left and 2 tiles to the right, but I'm not using them. And also in this way, everybody's getting the resistance from the Thorin, right? So let me skip to the last minute. Alright guys, we are reaching the last minute of this stage. And one more thing that I want to mention is my Deverick. You want to build him with quite a bit of HP and defense, right? Or mainly HP. So he's not dying. This time he died, unfortunate. So, you know, we are not getting as much damage as possible. This team can do 200 million damage, you will see. I will do a couple of quick combats with this exact team. I will not change anything, because I know they can do it. Sometimes they are a little bit unlucky because of the resistance, stuff like that. I cannot focus on everything, I cannot have the resistance with the HP, stuff like that. So, you will see. Let me do the deploy. I will do the quick combat or the combat simulation. And I was able to do 204 million damage, or I think 204 or 208 was the highest one with this team. Which is pretty good, you know, with one solo DPS. Here it is, 200 million damage. This is really good with just one, you know, DPS, like solo DPS for this. You see Premsta, she's doing 96% of damage to this boss. And you know, it's the only hero that's not free, right? Everybody else is either epic or free hero, right? So I think this team is really good for, you know, achieving 200 million damage easily, right? Very, very good team, I would say, for this dungeon. Now, let me show you the 100% free-to-play team. Even though that team is not the best, you will see, where is it, Talwer, free-to-play. You know, I'm really unlucky with the poisoners, and, you know, I still probably don't know how to build them correctly, because I'm not doing that much damage to this boss with the poisoners. Even though this boss is kind of, you know, it's hinting for the poison, you know, to be used. You will see, you know, it's, you know, I don't know, I'm doing something wrong with the poisoners, because I feel like the poisoner team should be doing way more damage. Anyway, this is my free-to-play team. I am using Lydia, because she has the control immunity on her ultimate, so same deal as Imra. Then I'm using, I'm not going to pronounce it, this Lizard Lady, because she does a lot of shielding and she grants defense up to all allies. Very, very good, and healing as well. And now I'm using Vikus, or Vikuk, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's really good because of the dispelling debuff and healing as well. And also he has the attack penalty on his battle skill. Pretty good. And then when the hero is inflicted with the debuff, there is 100% chance of inflicting accuracy penalty 2 on the debuff caster for 5 seconds. So every time he's getting debuff, he will place the accuracy penalty on the boss, right? And then for my DPS, I'm using Ellie. I'm using him with a little bit of different build, because I'm focusing on a lot of accuracy as well in this one, and I'm using the Witch Remains on him. So as you see, he has 45k HP, 1.5k defense, 3.3, almost 3.4k attack, little bit of crit damage, and then I have 333 accuracy. On him, I'm using the Magic Crystal Refinement, the Steady Unprepared, the Stonebreaker, and the Fearless Challenger, all the mythical gear on him. And last hero is, what is it called? Dench? Something like that? Yeah, Dench. And here I have him built with a lot of damage and enlightenment. So he has 38k HP, 1.3k defense, 4.1k attack, 290 enlightenment, and then 240 accuracy. I'm using Steady Unprepared, Dead Record, and the Fearless Challenger. And then I'm using the Queen's Fan, right, for the derivative damage. Same what I did for Premsta. So that's my Deverick, that's my Ellie. Now let's go to Lydia, Ledalia. I'm really bad with names. Lydia, my bad. So my Lydia, same build as the Imra, you know, the Tundra Tenacity. Then I'm using the Spirit Incest Burner instead of the Hourglass. It's the same thing. It gives me HP accuracy and increase the Weaver ultimate energy by 9% after unleashing ultimate skill. So she is able to do it at 18 seconds with this one. You know, so you don't need to use the Hourglass on her. She will be able to do it like this. So she has 83k HP, almost 84k HP, 2.6k defense, 1700 attack, it doesn't matter, and then 318 resistance, and 183 accuracy, but you don't care. Because she only does, on a battle skill, she gains immortality and attack speed up 2, and then on her ultimate, she grants control immunity to everybody for 10 seconds. So that's Lydia. Now, Vikuk, I'm really bad with, I suck with names, guys, I'll be honest. But he is built with 54k HP, 2.1k defense, 2.2k attack, almost 40 accuracy. I'm using the Emissary Whisper on him for the accuracy and skill haste, you know, and the buff, the attack buff. And then I'm using the Hourglass on him, the Rift Hourglass for the skill haste, because I want him cast as much as possible. So that's him. And lastly, the Lizard Lady, 63k HP, 2.8k defense, 200 attack, 246 enlightenment, 35 accuracy only. I have her here. For the buffing, right? The defense up too, because I want to reduce the damage that the boss does, especially later on. And then she's shielding. When an ally casts an ultimate skill, the hero grants 10% target max HP plus 1350% enlightenment shield to them for 5 seconds. So that's why I'm focusing mostly on enlightenment. I'm not focusing on accuracy, because I don't care about dispelling debuff, because this boss, every buff on him is prevented, right? You cannot steal it. So I don't care about accuracy. So I'm focusing mainly on enlightenment. And I'm using the Brotherhood Spirit on her, you know, for the Weaver cast and ultimate skill, all allies elemental damage increased by 15% for 10 seconds. And then I'm using the Devout Prayer for the boost of damage whenever they are shielded. So that's this team. I will show you the run real quick. Also, I'm using the Ellie Aura, the 18% attack in all battles. And let's go into it. This team, it's not the best team, guys. Like, I really suck with free-to-play team for this dungeon, I'll be honest. That's why I was like, okay, I will use the Premsta build, or the Premsta team. I know not everybody has Premsta, but it's only one legendary hero that the team is based on, I would say. I think a lot of you will have Premsta, right? I hope so. And that team can do 200 million damage. So one legendary hero for 200 million damage, I think that's pretty good. Because this free-to-play team is not good. I'll be honest, it's not that good. I'm not doing that much damage. I'm doing around, I think, 60 million damage, something like that. I'm a little bit confused now because I did a lot of testing recently with other bosses. And all the numbers are mixed up in my head right now. But this team is not the best, but if you have 5 teams, you know, for 5 different bosses, and then the 6th team is you have to do with what you have, right? So this is kind of what I'm doing right now in this boss. If I'm not using Premsta, I will be focusing on other bosses, and then come here, you know, lastly with this team, you know, to do just some damage at least. So I will skip through last 1 minute, and then I will show you what kind of damage this team is doing. Alright guys, we are reaching almost the end. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. The only issue here is that I would need a little bit more HP on my Dange and Ellie, because now they will die. I think now or next cast. Somewhere around like 1 minute or 50 seconds left, they are dying. So it's a little bit unlucky, because this way I will be able to do a little bit more damage, you know. But, you know, this team, not the best. I'm reaching 50 million damage and that's pretty much it. I know, not the best, but like if it's your like last boss and you already, you know, finished with the 3 rounds or 5 rounds, you know, 5 different bosses, you have to do with what you have, right? So this is my free-to-play team that's not very good. I will try to improve it. I will try to find maybe something else. But I'm really struggling with this boss. I'm really struggling with 100% like free-to-play teams on this one. It's very difficult. Alright guys, so those were my 2 teams for Talwer, the challenge boss for the season 2. I know that the 100% free-to-play team is not the best. I'm apologizing, you know. Let me know down below in the comment section, like, who are you using that's 100% free-to-play? Because I would like to know. Because I'm struggling with this boss a lot when it comes to like 100% free-to-play teams. But the second team, I think this is a really good team. It's not that hard to build, right? You only need Premsta and build her like decently, and she will do, solo DPS, 200 million damage. But yeah, there you have it. Hope you found this video helpful, entertaining. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and let me know down below in the comment section who are you using for this boss. And once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!